Hi all, and today I am going to teach you how to create these cute little upcycled ornaments. If you're like me, you probably have a whole bunch of New Year's cards, holiday notes, thank you notes, Christmas cards, all sorts of things. And maybe they had some sentimental value to you, or maybe they're just really pretty cards and you want to see how you can use them again, which is great because around the holiday season, landfill waste increases by 30% in America, which is just mind-blowing. So let's figure out how to mitigate some of that waste by instead turning these cards and these notes into cool little ornaments that you can use year-round or in next year's holiday decorations. To create these, you will need your leftover thank you notes, Christmas cards, holiday well wishes that you received. You will need hole punchers. This is a bead reamer, which we will use at the very end. You will need beading wire, beads, ribbon, a ruler and a pen just to kind of mark and make sure that all of your lines are consistent if you would like, and scissors. So now let's get started making our ornaments. Once you have your strips, you'll want to have one strip be your middle strip and have that be cut in half. Then layer with a strip that has been cut 2/3 and a strip that is normal length. So you want it from decreasing to increasing strip length. And you'll layer those one on top of each other. You'll also want to flip it over so that it's the same on the other side of the shortest strip. Then you'll add a hole punch to the very top of the strips in order to make sure that all of the tips line up and you can string the ribbon through all of your paper strips. Then tie that ribbon off. Make sure that it is nice and secure, nice and tight so that the paper doesn't move. This will be really helpful as we curve the paper strips to create the ornament look. You can add a nice little loop or a bow tie at the top to make sure that it hangs really well. Then you're going to start to curve your paper so that the very ends of each strip touch the one next to it. So you'll have this nice, almost bell-shaped curve with your paper to create that ornament shape. You'll add another hole punch and repeat with the other strips that you're still missing. Those little holes will then be adhered to one another. You can see I've kind of lost a little bit of the curve, but that's okay. I have that base. They'll be adhered using that little piece of wire that you see. All you have to do is just use a previous strip to line up the holes to create the new holes, and then line all of the base holes up, and you'll have your curve in the paper back to the way that it was when you first kind of adjusted it. Now we use that little piece of wire, kind of like a twisty tie. I string it through and twist the two tails together to adhere the strips of paper together. This wire is also going to be what I add the bead to kind of give it a fun little decorative look. If you did not want to add the bead, you don't have to. You can simply use hot glue then to just glue your pieces of paper together. You don't even have to worry about hole punching the bottom. But I like the little bead look. It adds some glimmer, glitz, glamour, all that cool stuff to the ornament. Takes it up another level. So I'm going to loop the wire through the bead to make sure the bead is connected to my ornament. This can take a little bit of time, so I find that having a nice long tail to the wire can help to make sure that you can really loop it back through the bead well. Otherwise, using jewelry pliers like the ones that I have here is helpful. But then you're done, ta-da! It spins really beautifully and is a great way to upcycle. Save these guys from going in the landfill and help mitigate landfill waste and create some new cool art.